The theory behind years of badger culling in England, bitterly contested by wildlife campaigners, has been called into question today. A report says the spread of tuberculosis in cattle is mainly the result of cow-to-cow contamination. Culling badgers hasn't made much of a difference, so farmers will now have to do more to protect their animals.
Beef farmer Angela Sargent has just lost 5 of her cows, and the rest of the herd is on lockdown following a positive test for bovine TB. This is a disease that affects lives, not just livelihoods.
We all need to work together. Farmers need to work together, government, vets, research scientists, we all need to work together, get on top of this disease, because it's just devastating to families and farmers, and I'm sorry.
Today's review of the government's bovine TB strategy takes 135 pages to say pretty much the same thing. It reveals current efforts aren't making any significant impact on TB in cattle and concludes the livestock industry must do more to reduce spread from farm to farm. But it also finds the government must look beyond the most controversial aspect of its current policy, shooting wild badgers, which can spread bovine TB. Culling is now licensed in 32 areas across the west of England, but this should be the only shot aimed at a badger in Derbyshire. Volunteers here have been vaccinating badgers against TB.
Compared to badger culling, this process is very similar. You have to set and bait traps, except for one crucial difference, especially from the badger's point of view. They get to walk away at the end of it.
The cost that we put out per badger to vaccinate is around £82 per badger. We know from the latest figures from the government it's up to £350 to shoot a badger. So we are 4 times cheaper than actually shooting badgers.
Conservationists and much of the public are angry that the coalition government ignored expert advice that said culling badgers would not be cost effective. Today's review said it would be highly desirable to move away from shooting. More data from trials like this one is needed to show badger vaccination actually reduces bovine TB in cows. But if it does, few would argue with a more humane, potentially cheaper way of protecting wildlife and cattle. Tom Clark, News at 10 in Derbyshire.